Hmm?
Fuji X-A5 entry level, but not entry level pricing. It's a bit expensive for an entry level camera, but it's surprised us. So the X-A5 comes with the new 15 to 45 f. What's this? 3.5 to 5.6 lens. This is a new lens by Fuji. Smaller than the conventional. Hold on, let me get one. Than the conventional 60 to 50 lens. Okay, so this is the X-A3 with the 16 to 50 lens, and this is the X-A5 with the 15-45 lens. Eh, 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 and eh. Okay. E. Okay. E. 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 Not that different from the XA3. They skipped the XA4 because I assume it has to do something with what 4 means in Chinese. Lesson. So again, XA5, new lens. The new lens is similar to what Sony was offering with the A6000. It's like it doesn't mechanically turn like this. What it does is it's electronic. So like it only goes this much and this much, and that does the zooming and the zooming in and the zooming out. So okay, now what surprised us with this lens? What are the specs?
I don't know.
Do you know the specs?
No.
Okay, Google, search for the Fujifilm X-A5. Fuji X-A5. Okay, while that loads up, let's talk about the camera. So I just noticed that I'm not sure if the X-A3 has this, but I just noticed this thing, this tab here, which when you touch brings out the different film simulations. But when you're in, like it makes it easier for people. It makes it more accessible for people. So, but when you're in automatic mode, the only film simulations accessible to you are standard, black and white, and sepia. Yeah, black and white, you have the red, green, and yellow filters. But when you change to manual mode, you get more. You have your monochrome, sepia, standard, velvia, astia, classic chrome. Yes, you have classic chrome, ProNeg high, ProNeg standard film simulations with the X-A5. So aside from the film simulation tab, wait, let me put this back to standard. Okay. Aside from the film simulation, what? Okay, film simulation tab. So with the Fuji X-T2 and the more expensive cameras, you have this autofocus mode selector or something. You have AFS, AFC, and manual focus. So since you don't have it here with the X-A5, to make it easier for people, they also included this tab here. So touching this, you can toggle between AFC, AFS, and manual focus. So let's leave that on AFS for now. The touchscreen seems more responsive than the X-A3. What else? Flash, and oh, here. This Fuji now included the, damn it, the 2.5. Is it 2.5? Looks like a 2.5. It's probably a 2.5 mil microphone jack. Previously, you don't have it here. on the X-A3. On the other side, HDMI and micro USB charging port. On the top, still the same. Not much has changed. What there are big changes to the features of this camera though. For one, you have the 4K burst. Okay, so 4K burst, this is the mode where you can like put it in 4K burst and then have someone moving there while you press down the shutter button. It's going to take a series of burst shots, but your resolution goes down to 4K, so that's roughly 12 megapixels. So what happens is something like this. So you tried it earlier. When you go into the playback menu, press the down button. It gives you a series of images that you took. So as you can see, she turns around and there. So this is a great way to get action shots, and you can select the image you want to save after. So like for example, if we want to select this image right here, all you have to do is to press the Q button, so it's going to save the image, and there it says image saved. When you get out of this, it's going to the last, I think. There, it's going to the end of your camera roll. So again, it's the whole strip of images is saved here, so you can go back and choose through the images once more. Okay, so that's 4K. What was that? 4K burst. What's next? Video mode. There are also improvements to video mode. So we have movie set up right here. It can now record 4K at 15 frames. It's not much, but this camera is, after all, cheap, relatively cheap. 1080 60 frames, 1080 50, 24, etc. So if you really need the 4K, you can probably live with 15 frames. It also has high-speed video. Yay! This also shocked us. So you can do 4 times slow motion, 25p. So again, we tested this earlier. Where was it? Was this it? Was it? This one, right?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, okay. So I think this was it. So I'm gonna play this. So that's a slow-mo footage of us dropping a bunch of Mentos on that spot. So that's 4 times slow. Let me play that again. It's good for beginners. Gives you access to the slow-mo things, so you don't need to buy an expensive camera if you just wanted that. Okay, so I'm looking at the X-A5 as a camera for bloggers. So with the autofocus mode, I tried this earlier. Autofocus mode has 2 types, like area focus and multi-focus. Area is when it gives you a spot to focus on, and then when I leave it on AFC and I record a video, like for example, let's try it out. Where's that?
You're reflecting the light.
Where?
Light.
Oh shit. Okay, there. So like when I do area and when I record a video, it gives you this box right here to, yeah, gives you that box so you can focus on it. You can touch on whatever you want to focus on. But the problem is when there are things coming into the frame or going out of the frame, I find that it it's not that fast to focus. So what I found out that what I had to do was I had to like half press the shutter button for it to refocus on whatever. I did have better autofocus when I switched from what was that, area to multi. So all I had to do was like start recording and then just point it wherever. I did have better autofocus with that. So compared to the previous model, which is the X-A3, I think this can make it, if you really don't have the budget for a better camera, I guess this can be a good vlog camera for you. Not much has changed, but like at the same price as when the X-A3 launched, the two, what was that, the two features, just the two features alone is really like good enough already for me. That's the 4K burst again and the slow-mo video, and of course you get a new lens with it. So that is you turn it off, it goes back in, turn it on, goes out, like, yeah, it folds down nicely. So that's a look at the Fuji X-A5. If you have other questions, let me know. Bye bye.